I don't want to watch the second of a funny movie because I could be wasting that time. I could be watching something else.
You could be watching something you want.
Right. Like
that's what happens to me all the time. Literally. Yeah. I'm sitting there like, I want to watch this, and then right in the middle of it, like, fuck that, I want to watch this. Or like 2 seconds right into the very beginning. I'm like, oh yeah.
I did that with Superman 3.
Oh.
I was like, nope. Man of Steel it is.
Gotta change this one.
I remember all of this movie, so yes, I'm fine.
Quite good. Attack warning. Is it for real? Attack warning is for bloody real.
Live from Colorado Springs, the Drop Culture Podcast.
I want to confirm, is this an exercise? Roger, copy. This is not an exercise.
Come on, quick, get down. 1, 2, 3.
Welcome back to the Drop Culture Podcast, everybody. This is our Quickcast.
Quickcast.
I'm Brock.
And I'm Dan.
And this is the fun podcast if you just want to listen to somebody kind of hang out.
Yeah.
That's what we do on Friday night. We go a whole week and we don't really talk that much to each other because it's so fresh every time we get into the studio, and then we're like, oh, look at this. But that's what you're listening to.
So be prepared to hang out.
Be prepared to hang out. It's pretty fun. Yeah, if this is your first time, we usually just kind of hang out and talk about what's coming out.
Yeah, what's coming out, what we've watched.
What's been out.
What's cool. Or at least what we think's cool. You don't have to take that for canon.
And then we also sit around and try to think of how to intro shows. This one ain't working.
No.
Scratch this one off the list.
Next time, Gadget, next time.
So what have you been watching on TV?
So we have not been together. So normally we do not miss a Monday.
Yeah.
However, through no fault of your own, you were in Texas. You were on travels.
Had to go to the Tejas.
Yeah. And that's cool. But we did miss, we haven't talked because we did miss an episode.
Yeah.
I know we did take a break for the holidays, but that was different.
But we talked a lot before that.
Yeah, absolutely.
We talked like a full day before that.
Absolutely. But we have not talked about WandaVision.
No, not yet.
So I think we should talk about that.
So far, so good.
So, again, just for the listeners' clarity, we record on Friday nights. So we have not seen the Friday episode because we both had things to do today.
Like work.
Yeah. So we can only talk about up to episode 3, but be prepared for any spoilers that may come your way because we're idiots and we're going to spoil everything.
Yeah,
it's kind of our job.
This is your spoiler alert. Yeah. At the very beginning of the episode, we'll hit it, and you'll be like, oh man, he warned me right at the very beginning.
Yeah, absolutely. All episodes are spoilers.
Yes.
If we've seen it, you're going to hear about it.
Spoiler full.
Yes.
So, the Kong versus...
No, we're talking about WandaVision
Oh,
first.
WandaVision, that's right. Yes, yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute.
Yes, that'll be next.
Yeah.
See, I always lose my place. So, I know that this has got to be something in her head, and they got to be living just in what she would think is an ideal dream. She doesn't have an accent.
Until she did. When Pietro's name came, and then it was on. That was for a minute. Not a minute, but just a few seconds of it.
She knows she's controlling it seems like.
100%. So I think if you think of the Scarlet Witch from the comics has the ability to alter reality. So she could have created her own pocket reality.
Somewhere.
Basically.
Yeah.
And no, it doesn't have to be anywhere. It could be between things. You know what I mean? Technically.
Right.
Hence the... later on we see the dome over the town.
Yeah.
So obviously, like, she's built like this into reality. You're absolutely right. She's taking up space.
Yeah, she's taking up her space and then keeping everybody out, but everybody knows what's going on.
Right.
And this has got to be
Except
in
for
between.
Vision.
Yeah, it's got to be in between. What was the last one that they were in before Endgame? Oh, maybe Spider-Man and Endgame, somewhere around there, like maybe immediately after or something. I don't know.
I don't think so. I think it could be happening right now because, I mean, this all could be taking place over that time. You know what I mean? Because time means nothing in that respect, I would think.
Yeah, and doesn't she have Rambo in it? Monica Rambeau?
Yeah. So that's, what's her name? Geraldine or no, that's a lie. I don't have any notes pulled up for this. We're just talking.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's her friend. You know?
Yeah.
Through like the first 2 episodes and kind of through the, she helps deliver the babies.
Oh yeah. And she knows something's up. But
so there's the
everybody
part.
does.
That's the part where that little crux was where she's like tells her, he got killed by Ultron.
Yeah. And then she like makes her go back.
Yeah, and then she sends her back. She's like, "Whoa, this is not the reality I want to live in."
Yeah, she knows it. She doesn't want to carry through living without Vision.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's got to be like in a weird spot because he's already got to be dead.
Yeah.
Or he's dead in a way because they never really explain this, and maybe this will come up. What happened when Shuri was taking the stone out and everything like that? Did she create a backup of Vision?
That's very possible. It's very possible.
That's what I'm thinking that she did.
And they don't have to go to the extremes like they did in the comics because there was a point where Vision was based on the brain patterns of Simon Williamson, who is Wonder Man.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So when Vision, there was a point where Vision died. And when he came back, there was something where he had to get those memories back or something, those brain waves back somehow so that he could become himself again.
So he could be himself.
Because otherwise he's just a computer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, so...
But they don't have that problem here. The only problem they have is that the Mind Stone's no longer with him.
Correct.
So is that what caused him to do that, or was that just
it caused him to be?
Him
It caused him to be sentient or whatnot.
Right.
But maybe the personalities that were created in the neural network with that part of it, when Ultron was doing it, had to, because he was probably programming in stuff that would make him a little bit more adaptable in that form too.
Sure.
Because he was going to take over the body in the MCU.
Right.
But then if you think about it, if Shuri did a backup, right, and she already has all that advanced technology, you have Bruce Banner, you have Tony Stark and Jarvis all together. So you have 2 of the greatest minds plus another mind that was learning at the same time.
Right.
So that's, I guess, what the Marvel Cinematic Universe Vision is, right?
Sure.
And probably bits and pieces of Ultron or whatnot. You know what I mean?
Right.
So if she did a backup and she was like, "Oh, look at all this technology and shit,"
Right.
Right? She was just like, "Oh, this sucks. You guys are fucking weird." You know what I mean? And if she had that, because they never say what happened, because she had to end it quick, for him to go out there and get, toasted by both of them.
Right.
He dies 2 times in a row. So, it's got to be one of those things where she finishes everything and she's like, "I'm grabbing this." Maybe she already got it.
Right.
Like the backup copy. So she takes a backup coffee and coffee.
Backup coffee is always good too.
That's what I'm thinking. That would be really cool to happen.
No.
And she has everything to make him, because she could make him a reality again.
Sure. 100%.
Yeah. Just the way he was too, because she's got that backup or something.
It would be cool if they could somehow tie it in, because originally in the comics, Vision was made from the android that was the Human Torch of the 40s, like in the Invaders.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, he was made out of that android.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
by
yeah.
Hank Pym.
Yeah. Because there was 2 Human Torches in World War II, right?
No,
I think there was
just the one.
I thought there was like a small.
Well, there
dude
was
too.
Toro.
Yeah,
he was like the sidekick.
Yeah.
Because everybody had a sidekick in the 50s or whatever, 40s.
But he wasn't
He was just a little flaming boy. But at any rate, I do like the fact that with the MCU, it's a lot cleaner. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, we don't have to have all these issues, but I think it'd be a cool throwback if they had to make his body and they're like, hey, this is this thing from the 40s, you know, and like they reference remembering that.
Well,
but they couldn't do that because they're about to introduce Namor, and Namor was part of that. So you'd have to at least get rid of him.
Yeah.
Then
the invaders.
You know what I mean?
But see, this is what I'm thinking too, because in the very first Captain America, when they were going through the fair, right, you saw the Human Torch. He was there. It was like Android.
Oh, that's right.
And so he was there, and he was already known.
So there's already a nugget in there for it.
Correct. Just like a little bitty piece, and you're like, oh, yeah, that's fucking exactly like that.
I forgot about that. You're right, yeah.
So that would be, if they did use that android body or something like that, then he's really Vision.
Right.
You know, then he's the actual one that you see in the comic books.
Not that we're going to get Wonder Man anytime soon, I'm sure.
Yeah. Wonder Man was like fucking weird. Sorry about the F word.
Super powerful character.
Yeah. But which one? There's like 3 Wonder Men.
Well, I'm just thinking of Simon Williamson. That's the only one I know.
He's the one that glowed red or something like that, right?
Like he had the red eyeballs.
Yep.
And he was ionic powered. So, like, whatever the hell that means. He's got energy inside him that makes him super strong and super durable and whatever.
Right.
That fuels his cells or something. I don't know. I don't know the science, Brock.
Simon Williams. Because there was a Wonder Man in the early days of Captain America, too.
That's what I said, right? With Simon Williams.
Yeah,
okay. Just making sure.
Yeah.
And, like, flip the flops or something.
But there was an original Wonder Man or something like that.
Oh, I don't know anything. I know the Wonder Twins.
This guy's like, couldn't he do like lightning and like,
I don't know about
disperse
that.
or something?
I just
like
remember
that?
he used to blow shit up. Like something with energy. Like you could do something with energy.
Yeah. Like throw.
Usually it just seemed like it fueled his strength. And like his, you know, like I can take this fucking shot or whatever, you know? But I just remember in like the 90s Guardians of the Galaxy, he shows up there. And actually saves Vance Astro's life by like giving him his blood. Oh. But he's called Hollywood in it. They never mention him as his name or Wonder Man. They just call him Hollywood. But it's in the 31st century.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Okay.
Or 30th century.
Yeah.
One of the two, something like
that.
Yeah. You know?
Yeah.
Well, because that's when Vance Astro has he finds Captain America's shield.
Yeah.
And he can use it and throw it and use his fucking psychokinesis to push it even different directions or like.
So it survived, right?
Yeah.
So the vibranium adamantium shield has survived all the way from World War II.
There's a whole civilization in that thing called the Stark. And it's like a world where basically they found some Stark tech that had somehow ended up on there and they built their whole fucking world around it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I wish I could just sit around and read comic books all day.
I know, me too.
It would just be nonstop. I'd be like, oh, I'm done with this one. Let me go with this one.
I mean, I was a kid, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
see, these
you had
stories.
time for that shit.
Yeah, these stories stick with us. Whenever you had time to read the same issue like 50 times, you know, it was almost better than a movie because you were creating that in your head with the panels. Yeah. And I don't know, in a weird kind of way, you're looking at it and it's flowing with you, you know. And then you could see, if you did like movies back then, you could see how some of the comic books could easily. Yeah. And then we got the fucking Punisher 1989. Why, God? Why must the guilty...
Or the Captain America movie?
With Matt Salinger?
That's the one.
Yes. The only movie that he did, I think.
Was that 1990?
Yeah, it was in 1990.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Captain America 1990, because they had the original Captain Americas were back in the 70s, and that was with Reb Brown.
Yeah.
Or Reb.
Was it Reb Brown? It doesn't matter. It was Reb. I just remember his first name was Reb.
Hold on. I'm friends with him on Facebook.
Well, super cool.
I didn't mean to get bougie.
I mean, they're not so much friends that he remembers his last name.
He's like, oh, somebody else liked my post. Cool.
It's terrible. Terrible. He's an awesome guy.
It is Reb Brown. Yeah. Reb Brown, he's a cool dude. He, for some reason, he just didn't keep going.
Right,
you know?
Right.
And I think, you know, of course he was typecast after a little while. I mean, he's a great actor. He still is a pretty good actor. But he's a good American too, no joke.
Yeah.
Like, he's like a really good American. It's like, but he's cool.
Right on.
Yeah, so he's not like either side.
Right.
Yeah, so.
He's like an American.
Yep.
Yeah.
100%. See, that's pretty cool. And
Maybe we should start the American party.
Ooh. So start the no party. No man party.
It's time to party.
It's like, we're part of the no party. Thank you. I'm like, what? That doesn't fucking even make sense.
The none of the above party.
Yeah.
Like Brewster's Millions.
Yeah. Prefer not to answer party. You know what I got today, man? And this is weird. I got a fucking survey, and I said it again, but that's cool.
That's okay.
I got a survey from Come and Go.
What?
Weird, right?
Like on your phone?
Yes.
Okay.
I got an email, right?
Oh, an email.
So it wasn't a text, but it was just an email. Because I stopped in last night, and I got, my usual and, some of their bomb cookies. I mean, those things are great. They're really good. I love those cookies from Come and Go. Thank you. Not a sponsor.
No, but I will say Come and Go coffee, where they like grind the beans right there within the little thing when you ask for a cup of coffee, is pretty badass. And yeah, their breakfast sandwiches ain't bad either.
Breakfast sandwiches not bad, but then they put gravy inside their breakfast burritos or something, or queso.
I always get the turkey sausage and egg white,
Yeah.
like a croissant thing.
I'll get a sausage biscuit, and it's so bad. I mean, like I feel sick after I eat it. But that's the thing.
I'm not saying it's good for you anyway.
No. Yeah. But anyway, like Come and Go is like so cool because it really is like a corner market. That's how it almost what it really reminds me of.
Yeah.
And when we moved here, I was always thinking, these little pocket communities, that's not something I'm used to. Everything's on one road, no matter where you went. You went over here to go to do something special, which it really wasn't that special.
Yeah.
But, and then here, it's like you had these neighborhood markets, and it's just like it was in the old days, I guess.
Yeah.
So you could go to Come and Go, you could cash your checks. You can get a pizza on Tuesday. You know what I mean?
Right.
Food all the time. They have good food. They have good, gummy bears and everything. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So it's a good place to go because they have a ton of stuff. And they always have like 18 stalls worth of gas if they're in a big place.
Yeah.
So you could always get gas. But I went and I got those cookies, which were awesome. I'm not going to start the whole story again.
That's probably good for our listeners.
But I got a survey today, and it was asking me for a willing to recommend.
Really?
The very first question, I think that is absolutely, positively ridiculous.
I understand where you're coming from, but I understand why they do it too. I'll tell you who I like, and I thought Come and Go had that. No, it's not Come and Go. I can't remember who has the system. I go to a lot of fucking gas stations.
In your travels?
Yes. As an adventurer. But the ones that have like the 1 through 5 right on the screen next to you, and like as they're doing their thing, you can just reach over. As soon as they cash you out, you can hit a button, like whatever you want to rate them. And I always rate them. And if the person that went in front of me, like they didn't do it, I'll reach up and do theirs before I get up there. I'm like, especially if they're cool, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I didn't know they had something like that. How the hell did it was like
maybe Shell, maybe.
Oh,
yeah.
So it'd almost be like after you finished a meal at Long John Silver's, you rang the bell because it was great service.
Yeah, exactly.
So, bang, 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 bang.
I can't eat inside a Long John Silver's. I could never do it.
You never ate Long John Silver's?
No, I've had Long John Silver's many times.
Yeah, it's great.
I can't eat inside a Long John Silver's.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Because it smells like that malt vinegar so strong, dude. And it's like knocks me out. I'm like, oh.
And that's
I
the
want
one
to eat
thing
food.
it's the one thing that I'll never put on my fish too. I'm like, nah.
Exactly.
Never mind.
I used to get that fish and chicken combo.
Yes.
Boom. That was where it
2
was at.
fish, 3 chickens.
I don't know about how many it was. But
Extra
it was,
Crispies.
Yeah.
Oh, I know, because this was a mythical meal for fat ass Brock.
I think that was kind of my order, though, bro.
It was the best, and it was like a number 6. And at first it was like it was like $6.99, and you got all that stuff, and you'd be like, you know what? I don't want any coleslaw. I just want extra hush puppies. Cool. From the time I was like 2 until a couple of years ago, honestly, I ordered the same damn thing.
Yeah.
You know, because you get the little boat when you were a kid, so you'd have all the crunchies, and you're like, oh, this is so great, but it's so bad for me.
All of it, yeah, it's all terrible. And I would have it a lot when before I lived here. Not, and I wouldn't say a lot.
Yeah.
By a lot, I mean like maybe twice a year.
Oh yeah, that's really it.
Yeah, you can't do more than that.
If you're from the ages of 2 to 18, you could do it.
Oh yeah, 100% all day long.
But
Nobody
19
cares.
and on, no. Once or twice a month, maybe. And
now that was a lot. That was when I had it a lot. I haven't had it in a very, very long time. But here's the thing: what's funny about that is I do not like the hush puppies, and I don't like coleslaw.
No, I don't.
So
like
you
coleslaw.
can just take that whole side out and just throw that in the trash.
Well, then
Nobody cares.
Well, then they started offering really good like French fries too. So you could get double French fry instead of that, and you're like, yes, I'd rather have double French fry. But you would always get asked for the extra crispies, everything like that, right?
Yeah.
Long John
I don't know
Silver's.
where Long John Silver's came out.
Because it came up because you ringing the bell.
Oh,
as
yeah,
soon as you
that's
left
right,
the show.
that's right.
Oh, and the survey.
This has been a great Quickcast. We were talking about Wandavision.
Yeah, I know, and we ended up here. Cool.
That's okay though. It's all good. It's all
So
good. It's great conversation.
I thought the willingness to recommend in the whole point of my whole story.
Back to the story you've been trying to tell for a long time.
Yeah, and I'm done.
I'm
after
sorry.
this.
Well, I've helped you digress.
No.
It's all good.
So I was thinking, do I go home and I'm like, hey, I just went and got a soda pop at the Come and Go. It was awesome. I'm recommending you go to the same. No, you don't. You don't. Nobody does that. They're like, oh, well, where'd you go? Where'd you stop on the way home? Come and Go. Cool. Oh, yeah, it was cool. It's the same thing. I walk in, I buy something, I walk out. It's a convenience store.
Right. I will actually recommend people their coffee because I'm like, if you need cheap coffee, like you can't go get good coffee, and that's okay. 'Cause you can't do that every day. You go there if you want it, and it's a certain kind of taste, and you got to kind of really like coffee. Mm-hmm. Or I recommend other places that don't pay me any money.
Exactly.
So
no,
I'm just saying that coffee's $1.
Yeah, it's just so crazy that you would get a survey for going to a freaking convenience store now.
Yeah.
It's too much, man.
It is
too
much.
much.
Overkill. And again, I do see why they do it. They want to make sure that the quality of their service, they can't be there all the time to see that from their big corporate level.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know what I mean?
It doesn't matter anyway from the corporate level because they're just like, why aren't they selling more batteries?
Here's the thing. Let's be realistic. Convenience stores make money regardless.
Yeah, I don't care if you...
If it's the shittiest one, if it's in the right location, people are going to go there.
Always.
Yeah. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, if the gas is 10 cents cheaper anywhere else...
To me, it doesn't matter. I'm like, that's convenient. It would cost me $1 to go that way. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, see, but that's the thing too. Like I have two spaces or two particular ones that I like to go to only because it's convenient. No shit. On the way home, it's convenient to stop right there, get right back on the road. I don't have to go slipping and sliding. You know what I mean?
All right.
I'm going to work. If I need to stop, cool. It's on the left-hand side. Great. I can get out of the parking lot without anybody hassling me, straight back to work. So it is a matter of convenience.
Yeah, right.
And I'll get gas if I have to, anywhere.
Right.
I don't really, I guess, pay attention to the gas prices unless we're in a different state.
Yeah, I think, I mean, I notice the prices because I drive a lot. Yeah. And, but I don't care if it's like within, a decent amount, or I really need the gas, whatever.
Well,
I'm just like, there's gas. Great. I'm going to put it in this thing.
You can go a long way on $20.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And that's usually true. If I'm low on gas,
Which
I'll
is
put
weird.
I'll put in $20 and it goes longer than the first half does.
Right.
It's like the first half is like 3 gallons to make you want to go get more. The rest of it's the other 16. You're like, God damn. Man, how did I use a quarter of a tank? I just put it in. Oh, yeah, you use 2 gallons of gas on the way to work.
All right.
No, but I never noticed gas prices around here. But you go out of town and you're like, oh, that's cheap gas. How do you know that? Because last time I got gas last night, and like I said, for this survey, And so I was just taking it, and halfway through it, I was like, I wonder how much the gas is. I need it. I'm going to go. Honestly, you could almost charge me $7 a gallon. I'd probably pay for it. I'd have to.
I don't think I would unless I had to.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we'd see it coming.
Yeah.
It'd be a news story.
It wouldn't be like,
yeah. Hey, tomorrow it's $8. Fuck.
oh,
Son of a bitch.
I got to figure out a different way to do my job now.
Yeah. Man, minimum wage is still $2 an hour. Inflation. Have you watched Disenchantment yet?
No.
Okay. You need to watch it, and if anybody out there is listening right now, if you made it this far, listen to Disenchantment. Because Disenchantment or just watch that show. It's pretty funny. It's the new Simpsons. It's kind of like a graduating piece, but they went
medieval on it.
Yeah, they really did. But it's like a steampunk world that's right by them or something like that, or a kingdom. So it's pretty cool. Yeah, that's pretty nice. I've been watching that, and then a lot of the IT crowd. My wife's always watching it now, so it's pretty funny. Right. Have you ever watched it?
I've seen a few episodes.
It's the same dudes that did Father Ted. I didn't know until I was watching an episode with my wife, and the original director from Father Ted was a mariachi character. I was like, wait, how do I know that guy? That's Greg Linehan or something like that. But it's an awesome show.
Well, I know you're a big fan of Father Ted.
Oh, that's like the funniest television show you could ever watch. Just for stupid humor, but not really stupid, and smart humor too.
Okay.
You know, that doesn't even make any sense whatsoever.
It has both?
Yes.
I'm okay with that.
It's everywhere. So
it's like George Carlin. George Carlin would always start off saying something deep, or would start saying something, and generally it would be like over the top. You know what I mean? But it was to deliver a deeper message.
Yeah. Yeah, I got you.
You know what I mean?
Well,
so you have to have both.
Well,
for it to work.
Well, you know the whole premise of Father Ted too, right?
Yeah, you've explained it to me. I've not seen it yet.
Probably like 10 times too. But it's like the priests are on the island, the parochial island, and it's just a really little small community. But the jokes in it are like the funniest. The main dude that was cast as Father Ted, Dermot Mulrooney or something like that. Him and some other Father Dougal McGuire. He's another dude that plays that Turbo Man in the British show. Did you ever watch that one? No. Or is like Thermal Man or Turbo Man or something. Thermal Man or something. But he was a superhero, and it was a comedy about a superhero going home after work.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's pretty funny. But he was the other father. But their jokes are just so like. Still to this day, they're funny. Weird stuff out of the blue. And then watching the IT crowd, I was like, "Yep, it's the same damn thing."
I will check it out. I have that on my list of things to watch.
But
things do rise above it as at television.
Yeah.
You're like, this is current, and I have to watch this.
Yeah, like anything with Liam Neeson for me.
And his giant schlong. Apparently, I hear
him and his James Wood schlong.
It's actually just James Woods.
Oh yeah. It's his whole schlong. It's messed up. But yeah.
So there's that.
Beyond that, I've just been watching everything that we're supposed to watch about.
So yeah, I mean, we had to watch 6 movies.
I didn't watch all 6. So.
No, yeah. I watched some movies.
I watched about 3.5.
Yeah,
and that was a lot. Maybe when you like something,
probably right there too. Probably 4 movies.
When you like that series and you like something enough to where you give it time, it's even better.
Yeah.
You're like, all right, I'm gonna be done. I'm gonna listen to something. I don't know.
That was a lot for a week. I mean, we had a week's notice to watch like 6 movies. So for the next episode that comes out on Thursday.
Yes, Thursday is going to be a pretty sweet episode, dear listeners. It's pretty sweet. But
so what about some Godzilla versus Kong?
Awesome.
Yeah,
especially when Kong decks Godzilla on the deck of a ship. He's all kapow. Damn.
So the trailer looked good.
Yes.
I'm excited that it's coming out on HBO Max.
Yeah.
I'm pretty excited about that. I mean, we pay good money for that.
Yeah.
Somebody does.
It's great content.
Yeah,
I'm
perfect.
just got to say it.
Yep.
HBO Max now is where you go. It was like HBO Go before.
Yeah.
But even better.
Yeah.
Because they moved all the extra WB stuff over to it. So it makes sense.
Well, yeah, and just having, all of the stuff from the DC Universe app now on there.
Yeah.
Like, I'm excited Titan Season 3 is going to be on, someday after they get... That's been so delayed.
Yeah. Well played move, WB. AT&T, wink.
Well, I don't think they knew a pandemic was going to happen.
Nah. But, releasing these direct to streaming and in theaters, you do capture a different kind of a market on each one of them. People that actually do want to go see things in the movie again. But I think it's almost like it's a cop-out for them to in theaters.
I don't think so. I think they are adapting to what they have to do to put out the content because they're having to delay so much stuff that it stifles people from, you're not as excited if you had to wait another year.
Yeah, Hollywood's an industry too, so you can't sit on things.
Right.
You got to release them at that time. Hollywood might...
I mean, they've already delayed, and which is understandable to some degree that they have like some flagships that they're like, we can't. If we release it now, we lose so much money. You know what I mean?
What is it? The
James Bond?
Yeah, James Bond's still not even released.
No, they were trying to sell that.
Like, what do we do? Sell it to HBO.
They were going to sell it to... I don't know if it was HBO, but it was somebody.
Like Hulu or something?
Yeah. I don't know who it was, really. But, that company wouldn't pay the price they wanted. I was like, damn.
Yeah. They're like, no.
I mean, I'm sure it's going to get somebody since that could have changed. Maybe somebody did buy it.
There's always fans for James Bond, so yes.
Yeah, you've got a built-in crowd.
Yeah, they'll get their investment back.
Right.
But how much more
I think there's
back?
even casual fans, since the newer movies.
And Daniel Craig is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I got to say, him versus like Connery, of course, Connery's iconic. He's always going to be the best. But everybody likes the different James Bonds in their eras.
Right.
Because they make sense. Yeah. Except for Pierce Brosnan coming in a little too late.
Yeah.
Timothy Dalton.
If he wouldn't have been locked up in that Remington Steel contract.
Exactly.
Which is fact.
Yeah, no joke. He could
have been Bond then.
But you have that little Timothy Dalton.
Him, like, he probably profited more than the other, like Timothy Dalton did.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I think he got paid a lot more because of the time that they made those movies. Those salaries were going up.
But they had to release one every 2 years.
Right. Exactly. You sign on. Contract, long term.
Like, what are we going to do? Oh, put the Smokey and the Bandit in it this time. What? Wow.
Boss Hogg's the big bad.
Yeah. Boss Hogg's big bad.
Roscoe Pico Train. Come on, Flash.
But it's him going up against all of the two cops, Enos and him.
Yes.
Yeah. That'd be pretty messed up.
I'm with it.
Yeah.
I'm with it because then you don't have to have the Duke boys in it, and there could be no controversy about the General Lee.
They could show it getting crushed symbolically. No.
And the spirits of the Duke boys talking.
Yeah, their cousins come out of the trunk. The ones that were there for the last season. Bastards. Not my Bo and Luke.
And then who were the dudes that played in the movie? Wasn't Stifler one of them?
Yes. Yeah. Stifler and Johnny Knoxville.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
They just come in on the sides.
Yeah. But it was weird because that's a guilty pleasure. I'll watch that movie I don't know how many times.
Really?
It's so dumb.
I think I've seen it. I laughed.
Yeah. It's really, really, really cheesy dumb.
Yeah.
Like they're overdoing it for this day and age, right?
And, well, I mean, those are two great actors.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
Yeah, I know, right? Stifler.
Sean William Scott or whatever.
Yeah. He hasn't done anything really that good.
He did the one movie with Chow Yun-Fat.
Yeah.
White guy becomes
monk?
White guy is a savior somehow. Great.
Guilo, or whatever they call him. No, I did see that like Netflix has a movie or HBO does have a movie that's like a Bruce Lee inspired
Okay.
Like, I don't know. It's like a San Francisco kung fu show.
I like that.
I don't know. It's kind of weird.
I mean, I don't care if it's in San Francisco or not. That's cool if it is.
Yeah.
You know, because, that's where Bruce Lee lived. Sometimes.
I'm looking it up. It's called Warrior.
Warrior.
Yeah.
All right.
Crime drama that takes place in the latter half of the 19th century during brutal gang wars in San Francisco's Chinatown. Where's Jack Burton? Right?
Oh.
He's there. Him and Wang.
No, because he's going to be in the movie where he's being played by The Rock.
No.
It's happening. You can't help it.
But that's the only thing I can't see him being Jack Burton.
No.
Jack Burton's an everyman.
Yeah.
You know, he's a bumbler. You know, I mean, he's 1980s personified.
Right.
As what a male should be. You know what I mean? It's Jack fucking Burton, right?
I don't disagree.
Yeah.
And that's nothing to say anything about that guy's range at all.
No. But it's...
Because he's played some funky characters. Like Be Cool. Have you ever seen that? Where he's like the enforcer, I think, for somebody.
Is it Be Cool?
Yeah.
Or The Rundown?
No, Be Cool. I know what you're talking about.
It's like an Elmore Leonard book or something like that.
It's a Get Shorty sequel.
Oh, yeah.
With John Travolta.
Yeah, so it's like a rum punch.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, I was trying to think when the last time I saw that. But this one looks cool.
Right on. Yeah.
I mean, it could be good, but let me see. It's a network on Cinemax. So isn't that a subsidiary of HBO?
Yes, it is.
Skinamax After Dark. It's like, I don't want to see. I think Mitch said it today while we were at work. He's like, how can we make it to where, how can we make a porno movie with no private part shots? Here you go, Cinemax. It was something like that. I was like, damn, that's right.
Absolutely right.
Zalman King's Diaries, Part 7. What were the other movies that they had? They were so... Emmanuel's.
Yeah.
You remember those?
Yeah, there's like 7,000 Emmanuel's.
And they were just really softcore porn. It was so messed up. Because you're like, there might be a boob in it. Is that a boob? I don't know.
It's like watching Death Race 2000 on Tubi.
Yeah. It was just long, silky shots and stuff, weird stuff. Like, this doesn't make sense. Let me go find the Sears catalog. But yeah, Cinemax always bringing in the goods. Have you been listening?
Is that the martial arts film that's in like another language? I did see something.
It's came out. It says 2019.
Nah, so that's not what I'm thinking of.
It's called Warrior.
Interesting.
No.
Anyway.
Yeah. Bruce Lee's underrated Warrior series is finally streaming. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
January 9th.
January 9th on the, what was it on again?
HBO Max.
HBO Max.
The Maxes. Have you been listening to new music?
Nothing new. I listened to a little bit of, I think there was 2 songs released off the Foo Fighter album that's coming out.
Pretty good?
They're all right. Yeah, they're Foo Fighter-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. Like, I don't know. But sometimes I feel like that with a lot of music. Like, I hear it the first time and I'm like,
Yeah, it's pretty good.
You know?
Yeah.
And then I'm like, listen to it a few more times and I'm like, okay, it's either good or it's...
Yeah, yeah. No, I've only been bamboozled on one CD in my entire life because the first song that came out I thought was pretty awesome, and then I bought the CD and it fucking sucked.
What was that?
What is that band? This love has taken a toll on me. What is that fucking Adam Levine band?
Oh, like
Maroon 5.
Yeah.
The first song was pretty rocking.
Okay.
And then you get the CD and you're like, holy shit, I need to slap somebody because this is so bad.
Wow.
The rest of it sucks. Oh, it's bad.
I remember that was a song. I've never listened to that CD.
I think I have it, and it's in pristine condition.
I bet.
I think it got played 3 times and moved to 4 different CD booklets. That's it. I was pissed. You know, it was like I literally got down the street and I was like, man, this fucking record sucks. 6 minutes in, when you get that record or that CD or that tape, and you fuck this, man. Yeah. Like, you know what, too?
Like, still, like, I'm just warning everyone now that, like, in 5 years, Brock may still knock on Adam Levine's door and want his money back.
Yeah. Give me that $7.99 back, because I went on a special day to get that. It was the day that it came out. And then I felt bad. Like I had to almost go buy a Smash Mouth album to feel better about myself.
God.
Yeah, kind of fucked up. Usually, in the mornings, I listen to podcasts on the way to work, but sometimes I listen to, like, I just put it on Apple. It's really cool, right? And I know it's the same way on Spotify and whatever else you're streaming on, right?
Sure.
When you pay a subscription. But you go to Listen Now, and the Listen Now gives you customized playlist. So I know everybody's doing it, but that's like game changing to me.
Yeah, no, that's cool. I agree.
Because whenever you have all that stuff uploaded onto your cloud or whatnot, you pick it, then it just grabs songs from each one of those artists. So you can have just like your random mix, and it just plays like Drop Culture Podcast. You can subscribe to our radio station on there.
Yeah.
And it's got some cool stuff on it, but it's got some weird stuff too. Just pop out. It's like the ultimate radio station. To me, that's awesome. If you
kind
listen,
of like our show.
yeah. It's all over the place, but it's great. But it's so cool because you just put it on, plays everything cool. You know,
right
you don't have to go and shuffle and do all that stuff. I listen to a lot of music on my phone.
I do as well. I have Spotify because I'm an Android user.
Nope.
And I always recommend getting the family plan, even if you guys are just a bunch of friends. It's a great deal. I have 6 people in my family. We all have Spotify, and we pay one price.
There we
it's
go.
Like,
yeah,
it's like $5 more than a single person subscription.
Everything's that way. Now think about everything that you subscribe to in 2020 alone.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
So it's like you go through your passwords on your phone too. You're like, God damn, I got 167 passwords? Wow.
I am frugal though. Like my DC universe, I just did the 30-day trial, and I was like, I watched all your content.
Yeah.
I'm
yeah.
out.
Yeah, if you went for that part of it, now it's on HBO.
Now it's on HBO Max. Everything works out. I'm ready for season 3.
Yeah,
Boom.
you get it all.
Yeah. They just cast Tim Drake in that though.
Who's that?
He is the 3rd Robin.
No.
Oh, who did they cast as him?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know his name. Apparently, he was in a few movies. I have that up. Give me a second.
Wait,
my computer's so slow.
I was trying to think of somebody that would be crazy for that role. Webster or something.
Webster.
That is just dumb.
I don't know his name.
You know what?
Better.
Somebody needs to reboot Alf. I think it's time.
Fair enough. Yeah,
for real.
That guy's name is, I'm going to butcher, is Jay Licurgo. He was in Listen from 2020, Doctors from 2000, and I May Destroy You from 2020. I don't know.
Oh, he was in Doctors. Yeah, that's right. I don't even know who that dude is. For real.
I don't either.
Yeah, I know. I remember seeing him in that movie Doctors.
I don't care that who they cast. I just like that the character's going to be on there.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah. Because Tim Drake was like the Batman of the early 90s, right?
Yeah, he was the one that came after Jason Todd. After like so Jason Todd came back, so I'm like, oh, you got another Robin? What the fuck?
Yeah.
But obviously I'm also going to try to kill a bunch of people or whatever.
I'm pissed off.
Yeah.
Well, because
I am now the Punisher of DC.
Didn't he fight with the bow staff too? He was like a bow staff dude.
You're talking about Tim Drake.
Tim Drake,
yes,
right?
Yes. He's probably the best strategist out of all the Robins.
He had a really cool, like, his badge go off too. Plus he used, like, He used different things, but they were primitive weapons versus like Batman's technology stuff.
Sure.
You know? So he was a little bit more grounded. But he's one. Did he ever die?
No.
Okay.
He became Red Robin when Damian Wayne came around.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Maybe before that, I guess, and then that's when I don't know how that worked out. I don't remember. That was a long time ago.
Yeah. That was my Robin.
Yeah.
Every generation has one.
The best Robin's still Dick Grayson, who became Nightwing and took the place of Batman while he was out for a while. By far.
Technically,
best Robin.
He should be Batman.
I agree, because Batman's fucking old as fuck.
Batman's old as hell. Well, I got to get a playlist together real quick.
I'll tell you, I've been listening to some Ramones.
Yeah.
I've been listening to some Goldfinger. I've been listening to some Social Distortion. What else recently? While you're getting your thing together. Yeah.
I'm telling you, man. Just that customized playlist. You can do so much with it.
So what I do on Spotify, which is not the thing that I'm sure everybody else does, but when I like a song, it automatically downloads.
So you just build up those.
So I have this little library going, right? And then I'll hit shuffle, and it'll just play through those. Because I know I like those songs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I do have them in like certain ones where you can go into the album. You know what I mean? So a lot of times I like to play a whole album. If I'm going to play the Crow soundtrack, I'm going to listen to the whole damn thing.
The whole thing.
If I'm going to listen to Mad Season, I'm going to listen to the whole damn thing. You know?
Until it like starts over and you're still like, let's keep going.
That's fine. Yeah. That's fine.
I did that last night. I listened to the same thing like 3 times in a row. Dang. I got the bleeps. So here is the Drop Culture Podcast playlist. That's a mouthful.
That is.
DPP. DP. Okay, so Hang Loose by the Alabama Shakes. And then Born Under a Bad Sign, Jimi Hendrix. I'm going to skip this one. It's a pretty bad one. Subcutaneous Fat by Desert Sessions.
Okay.
When the Shit Hits the Fan by the Circle Jerks. No Fun by the Black Keys. And Other People's Lives by Modest Mouse. And Walcott by Vampire Weekend. I don't know why Vampire Weekend's like on my stuff too. Like, I don't have all the stuff. I can't even remember a full record, but it's on there.
I had some friends that were big fans, and it was okay, I guess.
It's good.
Yeah, it's all
yeah.
right. It was not my niche. It was okay, though. It was good background music.
Yeah, yeah. There's a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that stuff you'll always remember, but it'll always be kind of like hanging out with you.
Yep.
You're like, yeah, I remember C.C. Pennison. Some Luther Vandross or something. You're in the store, you're like, is that I know that song. then you're like, that was fucking Luther Vandross.
Baby, you got what I need.
Or some of that weird Muzak stuff. Yeah. Vaporwave.
Dude,
that would be a good like name for a station.
Vaporwave.
Because the Vaporwave at Kmart was always the really weird songs, like they play, I don't know, Black Hole Sun with like a little keyboard or something.
Yeah.
You know, it was weird pulse tones. This is kind of weird. Yeah, because that shit's online.
Yeah,
you can go watch the Vaporwave from Target. Or no, Kmart in 1989,
what?
Vaporwave soundtrack. People like have uploaded that shit and people love it. So just imagine having that and being like, I'm going to listen to this for the next 12 straight hours.
I remember walking into an elevator, and this would have been like maybe 97, 98. No, that can't be right. Yeah, maybe closer to 2000. I don't know. Foggy memories those times. But at any rate, and Ministry was being played through Muzak in the elevator. And I was like, what the fuck has happened to the world? Yeah. And whatever, I'm okay with it. If I've got to listen to that shit, I'd rather it be Ministry. That's fine.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, but it's
Did they get paid? That's fine. Well, as long as they got paid, Al Jorgensen needs some more bones.
I don't know if you remember. I don't know if you remember when you would download songs, then you would get like some weird, like, you know, Dad Rock Volume 8, you know, kind of people like covering
right.
Paradise City or something. It's like Paradise City's being covered. I'm like, oh, that's horrible. It's just not right. They do the whole main lick and everything or something like that, and then you know the next note's coming, but then it just like does something else. That's how Led Zeppelin was on Apple for a long time.
Really?
You get weird shit. And it's still entwined in my stuff. Like on Led Zeppelin 3, every time I play, just push play, it goes to a live version of something weird.
What?
Like, where the fuck did this come from? Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. But no. I think we're done with this one.
Well, if you're still listening, kudos.
Yeah.
First of all, you made it. You deserve a sticker, and here's how you can get one. Just write a review, subscribe, and send us a message.
Yeah.
You know, one of those things.
On Facebook, everything. Just type in Drop Culture Podcast in Google. Say, hey, Google, take me to the Drop Culture Podcast.
Or hey, Siri.
Yeah. And it'd be like, boop, boop, boop. You know, and you're there, and you can listen to us in your car. I'm gonna put this in front of you right now. Just like everybody, close their eyes unless you're driving. So
Don't let him tell you how to live your life. You want to live on the edge, live on the edge.
The windows are rolled up. It's just, you know, maybe an hour past dawn, and it's feeling kind of weird out in the air, and you hit play. That's where you're at right now. You're like, yeah, I'm on the way to work.
Yeah. 72 degrees in my head all the time.
Yeah. Okay. This is one of the most embarrassing fucking moments of my entire life. It was bad. Epically bad. And just imagine, you know, a husky kid. And all I got to say is husky because it's not really like majorly obese, but not really small.
That's fair.
So nothing fits right.
Yeah, you wore the husky clothes.
Yeah. Nothing fits right? So you think you're cool. You like certain things, and you know your friend likes certain things, right? So my friend Aaron, right, broke his leg on the half pipe. Broke it, right? How the hell?
Yep,
it was probably the first time he went down too. Something
really?
Stupid, right? Yeah. So they were all the skater dudes were over there because my friend's older sister was dating one of the skater dudes.
Okay.
That's how I'm going to put it.
Yeah.
Skater dudes and that. But everybody was totally cool. But like I was such a big nerd and a geek that whole time, nobody fucking liked me. It was bad, right? So he broke his leg, right? When he broke his leg, he was at home. All the skater dudes were hanging out with him, trying to be cool, right? Showing him skate videos. And I came over and I brought him, because he broke his leg, I brought him a G.I. Joe and gave it to him right in front of everybody. Most embarrassing moment of my entire life because everybody was like, "Is that a G.I. Joe?" And I'm like maybe 2 years, 3 years younger than them sometimes.
Right, sure.
And they range, and they all like laughed at me. Everything.
Terrible,
and I was
dude.
like,
if I saw one kid give another kid a G.I. Joe,
it would have been cool.
yeah,
Right?
super cool.
I thought it was a cool gift. I don't know why I wanted to get him a gift because he broke his own leg stupidly. What? I'm like, oh, you broke your leg. Here's something for free. You won. You won that day. There you go. But it was so embarrassing for years on end. That same Aaron guy, he was just such a Debbie Downer most of the time, and he was a butthole most of the time. But it was just like you see all that, and that joke lasted all the way to there. It's like, you want to here's your G.I. Joe. It was like some hawk dude too. It was like a bad one. I was like, I'm not gonna. No, like, he's not gonna get a better one than me. Because that's the truth.
Kid logic.
He doesn't get gung ho. He gets this fucking fireball dude. Who's this? Oh yeah, he's got a cape. Oh, cool. Not for me. But that was one of the most excruciating like things that you'll always remember happening.
Yeah.
It was like 15 other
Those
people.
awkward moments when everyone's present.
15 other people were in that room, and I know they all still remember it. Like, damn, remember when that guy brought over the G.I. Joe?
Well, I'm glad you shared the story.
That's my story.
That's my story.
And I'm sticking to it.